So, World Teachers Day. Has anyone heard of World Teachers Day? It's October 5th. Today is not October 5th. October 5th is 154 days away. But we're celebrating teachers today anyway. Specific teachers, to be sure, but also the idea of teachers and what teachers can mean to us and the influence they can have. As many of you have heard, our readers today have a unique and wonderful relationship to one another. For 40 years, our advisory editor, Marvin Bell, taught at the hallowed Iowa Writers' Workshop, retiring as the Flannery O'Connor Professor of Letters. From 1976 to 1978, one of his poetry students was Stephen Schreiner, who went on to the faculty of the University of Missouri St. Louis, where he now directs the MFA program. During the late 1990s, one of Steve's poetry students was Sally Van Doren, who is now putting the finishing touches on her third poetry collection as she prepares it for publication. I'm confident that at some point in the earlier part of the line, Marvin had some teacher who mentored him or inspired him or influenced what he read and what he wrote, just as he filled that role for Steve, who in turn filled it for Sally. And Sally began teaching a poetry workshop at the 92nd Street Y this year, so we'll have to wait a little while to see how her influence manifests itself. All three of them have filled that role for me. They are advisory editors for December, and that's not just a title. We regularly call on them for advice and suggestions. Steve was literally my teacher and one of the best I've ever had in any capacity or any subject. And informally, Sally and Marvin also teach me in a continual way. They suggest poets with whose work I should be more familiar. They give me tools to read and evaluate submissions. They shape the paradigm through which December's aesthetic has emerged. Teachers wield remarkable influence. When a teacher of any subject who's gifted in his or her own right recognizes talent and ability in a student and nurtures that potential so it has every opportunity to be realized and flourish, that transference could fix a lot of what's wrong in the world.